나 기억상실증 걸렸다 이제.
Why?
Why?
Yeah,
Doing now.
so I put him on background.
What?
I put him on background.
Okay.
I like this guy. I will.
I will say.
There are too many compromising pictures of me though, so he can fire back really easy.
Doing now a paper Caesar. You know that?
Oh yeah.
Rock, paper, Caesar.
Punch him, just punch him.
Oh, he's learning.
Damn. Last one.
Last one?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, Caesar.
Oh.
Yummy.
Get the f out of here. Drop this. Give me your wallet as well.
What?
Yeah.
점 차이 나.
I told him that he has no merit.
You excited to be here, Cam?
I'm very excited to be here. Thank you. I'm excited for the boys to play.
Oh, finally arriving was great. I mean, I've been, playing from home for like 3 months, so I hadn't really been able to join in with practice. Yeah, I'm just super motivated while I'm here.
토론토랑 하기 전에 이제 생각은 확실하진 않았어요. 그러니까 이길 수 있을지 확실하진 않았는데 일단은 그냥 생각을 했죠. 그냥 내 하던 대로 하자. 내 계속 하던 대로 하자 해가지고 이제 경기에 임했죠.
하나, 둘, 셋. 보스턴. 언제?
어그로 뭐냐 이거?
Go again, go again. 아무튼 하나, 둘, 셋. 보스턴 화이팅!
Going into the Defiant match, we were pretty confident, but overall, I think we felt like we were stronger in this meta with this hero pool than we were in the Brawl before, which we were much less confident in.
Winning against Toronto would be like a great sign of just like, yes, we got over all our struggles and now it's just time to play, finally.
And nice getting removed here takes away a lot of that pressure for Boston.
Yeah, and Gabriel's able to get both supports. That's set up really by a beautiful biotic grenade from Youngbum.
There were definitely two standout performers to me for the first map of Toronto game, Ilios. I think it was very evident that Byungju was doing a lot. Valentine had he had copy of cooldown almost, but also Myunbong on the Ana, he was hitting a lot of nades, a lot of sleeps. You saw in the highlight reel, he ended up getting player of the match. I think Ilios was one of his better map performances.
Oh, I saw that nano boosted Diva going down the well with Slep. Not what you want to see, Matt.
Numbani was one where I think Stand 1 really stood out. On Numbani, you can really see him shine. He has this great monkey ult on defense, I think, where he just like completely destroys the enemy by himself.
There's no way this is happening. And he doesn't even have to use Primal Rage now if he doesn't want to. He may need to. Yeah, it takes a bit much damage from Michelle there. But that'll do the job. Michelle's knocked over the edge and Stan 1 is actually tearing the Defiant apart.
You completely roll them on attack. You can see like the end of attack where Sangman, obviously he sees the Diva up there. He just hides underneath and then he's like, yeah, you're not doing that.
Look at this, by the way. So Myunbong, notice what he does. Notice where this sleep dart goes. I don't know if we get to see it. So Winston jumps him. No way, mate. He's not thinking about the Winston at all. He is making sure Michelle cannot stall this card.
Stand out for me on this map, definitely Valentine. What he did on second point was insane. He goes over, copies Sigma, and then what happens is he draws all the attention. So everyone looks at him, and suddenly we can push in for main without anyone dying. We get all the space. He stays alive for like 3 seconds or something. But those 3 seconds, we are able to follow up with the rest of the team. For me, I saw this and I was like, yeah, we won this. It was 6v6 still, but like, we won this.
I think overall everyone just did a good job like reeling it in and keeping it calm on that map, and when it did start to look like we could lose that map, they just did a good job of calming it down and playing it like normal. So I think, yeah, that was a very team effort on that map.
And the Boston Uprising now can push up a little bit more, take some space and take a bow. A big victory here over the Toronto Defiant.
Go down.
Nice. Good job.
Good job, Bruce.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good?
So to continue on Lori's tradition, we're gonna do a randomizer every week or every win on who has to dance. Last time it was John.
I'm sure we're all hoping that John gets it again. But yeah, so this will pick who has to do the dance. So there will be 1, 2, 3 and so on. But number 1 has to dance.
Okay. Please.
No.
Can I click that?
제발 나. Lori can click that. Then Lori get first. Yeah.
Just one click.
Yes, one click.
Wait, Chris, are you up?
3, 2, 1.
세 번째네.
네 번째인데?
So you can pick from a dance. You can go from a dance.
I felt like it was going to be me. I just had the feeling, but I didn't get it luckily.
Win everybody.
레이톤이 처음 춤출 때 쑥스러워하지 않고 그냥 용기 있게 그냥 춤춘 거를 보고 와 역시 프로는 프로다라고 생각을 했습니다.
The shorts are too short. We don't wear those short shorts.
The Euro shorts.
That's an acceptable length. There's a normal length. Mike is
Did you catch that on camera? He's telling us.
Mike, we have a dress code for the team on game day.
Do you?
Why are you asking me about steel? How is this not banned? Why is this the sponsor?
Over there.
Somewhere. Why? He's touching my butt, man. How is that acceptable? It's on camera, man.
Like swimming shorts. Yeah, you wear them.
That's what you decided to wear to work today.
I don't have shorts otherwise. It's either that or the underwear shorts. What do you prefer?
You know, those are the two options I get for the rest of the year. As soon as it hits summer, you get 2 options: underwear or
You're gonna see some ties regardless. One.
It always is.
he was pointing
Which one?
34 looking at later for the longest time.
Dennis.
Give him a fist bump. Segment.
Hey.
The bandit.
GM's order. President's order.
Again.
Right, nothing.
Camera start.
Why would you? Hi.
Lori's gonna dance today.
No!
You should say yes.
It's not true.
Because then we win.
Want to die?
Don't you want to win?
That's good
Didn't
motivation.
you say you would do anything to win, Lori?
No, it's not. Random. Just random. Right?
We'll see.
We can win against everyone. I think that's the feeling that I have and that everyone else has after this 3-0 against Toronto. So going into Washington, it's like, yes, this is our tournament. Like everything is lining up for us.
Prior to the weekend, I think everyone would have said that this would be the harder game. However, seeing Paris play against Washington the day before when we played against Toronto and beating them, it was like eye-opening to us because we could see from watching the Washington performance that they weren't doing very well, like they were quite weak.
Yeah, I think Lijiang, we win the fights, especially at the end of rounds, we win the fights by clutching out, like on night market. Faith is getting this huge boop where boops 3 people off, 2 of them die. So we just clutch out fight after fight and we are able to kind of struggle our way through Lijiang.
In practice, we struggled a little bit on Hollywood at certain points. It was Laurie's decision to try and play punk on that map and see how he did. And in practice, against a good team, we did really, really well. Laurie said his understanding of the map was quite good. So the coaches decided that we were going to play punk on that map.
We were pushing, I remember, they were just losing the fights since the start. I could tell that they were going to lose. I knew that I could hold it, and there was a perfect opportunity for me to use it, but I knew that if I held it and just waited for the next fight, then we'd win the game easy.
Big gravitic flux, getting rid of Jerry at the start of the fight. The ground, yeah, but it may not matter here because the Uprising, they get the card home. Oh my!
Junkertown, honestly, there's not much to say. It's like Yeah, everyone is in their element. Washington is completely gone by this point.
Can we get a touch here? It looks like Mag and Assassin gonna be a little.
여기 보스턴 팀에서 처음으로 데뷔했던 애들은 못 이겼잖아요. 근데 저는 여기에서 처음부터 데뷔해가지고 3대 0으로 혼자 3대 0으로만 이겨가지고 저는 굉장히 좋다고 생각했어요.
MVP야?
On Hollywood, there was this one fight where Faith really clutched out on defense, where he literally killed 5 people on break on first point. For me, that was amazing to see, because Faith, he has been consistent like all year. In my Winston's Lab ratings, he was actually the best main support in the league so far.
Please do. One.
So it's my turn. I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be horrible. But then I picked the Hanzo dance, and it was kind of difficult, honestly. I would have needed like 30 more minutes or something, then it would have been fine.
It was definitely a standout one. I'm sure it'll live in my memory. He just kind of left it all out there and just went for it. And I went into like the full dance mode, which I respect. I think it was funny.
It was fun. I think it's a great tradition. I think I did okay. Hopefully we'll have lots of more dances to come this year.
What, no camera? He's shy.
The team dinners are always great. I mean, that's one of the biggest things I missed when I was stuck over in the UK, being here and being able to eat with the team. It should be like a good way to sort of round out the feeling that we got from these wins this weekend. And yeah, I hope we can do it more.
You like it? Sorry.
This is what? Lava or something? 그렇게 머리 안 보여가지고. Cut it on camera.
I got you pushing it on camera too.
You made some art, guys. Wow.
I ruined 3 strips of pork belly today.
Really?
It is what it is, you know. A little bit of a stage nerve today, but I think we can do better next game. Next time.
Thanks, Mike.
You're gonna show good results.
We did the team bonding. I think it really helped us in a lot of ways. You can see it in the game. We are playing more as a unit. We're gonna do some things, like we're gonna barbecue together. It's gonna help the team to stay in a good mood. First and foremost, our focus is on Overwatch. And we want to make sure that going into Paris and going into Gladiators afterwards, we are on the top of our game still.
And again, I think as was mentioned on the desk, Matthew, this is a win and in scenario for the Boston Uprising for knockouts.
So during the week off, there was a meta shift kinda where a lot of good teams were starting running Moira, Monkey, Rush composition, right? So we kinda struggled against this and we decided to run it ourselves because like we're strong on Monkey compositions.
저스티스 전 끝나고 그냥 똑같이 하던 대로 준비한 것 같은데 좀 대신 자신감이 많이 올라와 있어서 방심하지 않았나 그런 생각이 들어요.
We have a ton of Overwatch for you all this week. What a brilliant way to begin. Still many questions hanging over both of these teams. Do the Boston Uprising, have they reached that critical mass? Have they made enough of those key changes now to catapult them into the top echelon?
Yeah, so I think in the Paris match we came out relatively strong. We won the first map, even though they played the Wrecking Ball there for a little bit, which honestly we had no one else played that here, so we got caught a little off guard. Volskaya, obviously we kind of plummeted and just couldn't execute.
In general, the match was all about Paris dodging the Monkey Moira matchup and mirror, which was smart for them because they were not good on this meta, so they decided to play something else, right? And we had to adapt to whatever they were playing.
Map 3, again, we came out and dominated on Damani, so we had a 2-1 lead. We felt like the momentum was all in our favor.
One way or another, the Uprising have claimed Numbani.
And then, we again came out and fell flat. So it really, the whole match felt like this, where we either dominated or we got crushed.
We kind of lost our heads a bit on the match day and couldn't figure out the basics of like what to do against their style. So I think that's where we got lost a bit.
조합 문제는 아니라고 생각을 하는데 그렇게 큰 차이가 있는 건 아닌데 저희가 그냥 운영 방법을 조금 못했죠.
Definitely, I think some jitters. I think when we got to map 5, this match should have been over in 3 or 4. So I think there were a little jitters. There were some characteristic mistakes.
For them, but it's all going wrong again. Oh, Stan has no idea what happened in his backline, man. It's all gone wrong for Boston. But that is beautifully executed stuff there from Paris. Their composition it's weird, but it works well. And the Uprising have no responses to it.
We weren't able to play how we usually play in scrims. Against the Orisa Cup, especially because Paris played Orisa Cup.
무조건 파리는 이길 줄 알았는데 생각보다 쉽지 않아서 좀 당황했어요.
Usually in these kind of moments where you have a match right after, you don't think about the defeat too much. Even if it's a match that people thought and we thought as well we would win, you don't have time to dwell on it, so you need to focus on the next match.
I feel like this one has a lot of potential to be quite close.
Well, Boston did fairly well at the beginning of the June Joust, but I think people have started to cool off on their Boston stocks after that loss yesterday to the Paris Eternal. And I think part of the reason for that is that they didn't really show an ability to crush those Orisa compositions.
그래서 소문으로 듣기로는 글래디가 스크림에서 엄청 좋은 성적을 거두고 있다고 해서 무섭거나 그랬는데 첫 세트를 잘 가져와서 너무 행복했어요.
Yeah, so going into the Gladiators match, obviously, we knew we had a decent chance. Again, we were comfortable. We came out hot again in the mirror matchup. We won map 1. After that, again, they adjusted their strategy a little bit.
The composition that they played wasn't that surprising. They just played better, honestly. Sometimes some mistakes from our end. We didn't play that bad. They were just a better team this day.
The other maps, I think there were some maps that were close. They were definitely winnable. I think definitely when you play this rush composition, it can a lot of times, especially on payloads, go either way. If you snowball the map, you can finish with very high time bank. But at the same time, if the enemy defense kind of stabilizes on you on that second point, Dorado, Eichenwald, anything that's very high ground dependent, it can look very crushing.
Essentially, at least we needed to have like a backup plan, where we switch to something when they have Tor, Brick, Moira. They're definitely going to counter our comp because they know we are only playing one comp.
The Boston Uprising going to be stopping just short of checkpoint B here, and that is going to be the series going away of the Los Angeles Gladiators in a 3-1 fashion.
아무래도 연승하고 있었다가 계속 연패를 하게 되니까 팀 분위기가 좀 다운된 것 같아요.
이 터널을 이기든 글래드를 이기든 결국 뭐 달라질 건 없었다고 생각해요. 완벽하게 조합을 완성시키지 못했으니까. 네.
After our match against Gladiators, we were all actually cheering up for Gladiators the next day, because if they beat Paris, then we would be able to be qualified for the knockouts.
Boston Uprising and Atlanta Reign will face off against each other.
I think any game was going to be hard, so I wasn't too shocked or concerned oh, we've got to verse Reign now, but they were definitely a good team.
When we learned that we were playing Atlanta, we were feeling pretty confident that we could go as far as we could, Look at this. Don't film me. Film this. It's my inspiration. Every day when I come here, I'm like, oh, what the f day is gonna be so long, and then. Now, in terms of strategy for the next days, we had some adaptation on how to play against the Orisa comps that we're expecting against Atlanta. We did a lot of internal scrims to prepare against these, how we could play our monkey composition the best.
What's up? Fighting! I thought they were gonna be bad on the rush because we were really pretty confident on our mirror comps, but they were actually good.
Well, I mean, we did really well on the first round, and then there was one moment where things kind of fell apart, where someone was out of position on the other team. I think it was Pelican, and we saw an opportunity to try and kill him, but we just messed up the execution, and it's weird, but I feel like from that moment, like things just went downhill, like for the next 2 maps.
Out of the Duke. All stand one, so close, oh, he can't use it in time! Edison finishes him off right as it comes online, Doa.
It was weird, it was a weird atmosphere at that point. I think everyone was like a bit down.
What in the world, Boston?
As soon as they capped, it was like, oh.
어차피 이번 대회 마지막 경기가 될 수도 있으니까 준비한 거 다 보여주자, 그냥 끝까지 하자, 이런 이야기 하면서 경기에 들어갔고.
Self-destruct in early, finds Kai right at the spawn door, and Boston just a little bit away now from saying what will be a quick time here on Numbani, here on their map choice, Doa.
Numbani is the map where you can snowball really hard, and if you make one mistake as rush comp on defense, Orisa comp just like Orisa staying on the point and like bongo and just rolls over to like 3rd point.
It took the rain a long time to break through. It really did. But you look at the overall momentum. Oh, God. That's painful to look at, Doa.
They came back again in the later half of that map, and so it was just hard. I think it was too little too late at that point to have all that energy in that map, so.
그냥 오리사 조합만 나오면은 대처를 제대로 못해서 그때까지도 이제 제대로 요구사항들이 다 채워지지가 않아서 제대로 안 됐던 것 같아요. 나빠졌다고 생각은 하지 않고 그냥 저희가 하려는 대로 잘 되지 않았다.
So it is a little bittersweet. I think we felt like the bans were very favorable to us. We just couldn't sort of put it together in that last week. The game against Paris, I think especially, was kind of a turning point where it snowballed a little bit, maybe mentally for the team, and not disastrous, obviously, something we can build on, definitely, but still a little bittersweet at the end.
I used to love roller coasters. I think I still do, maybe a bit less than when I was younger. Maybe I'm getting old, I don't know.
I'm sweaty.
Sweaty.
Yeah. It was harder than expected.
I was a bit skeptical just because it's just swinging, and they have those in Australia and other places, and so I've done them before, and it's like not too much of a thrill.
How was that?
I need one. Good. That was sick. It's so hard to put on. That is you.
Happy Squid.
Australia. Squid.
Yeah.
Ooh, Mexican poo.
Who's getting soaked? They're gonna get soaked. They're gonna delete. Does it? This seat is dry. Does it rotate? Oh! Okay. Oh, this way. This way. Oh no!
Oh yes!
It's
yes.
rapid. Oh! No, Kelsey! Right away! Oh, there's a big one there. Oh no! Who's getting it?
He's getting it.
I think it's me.
I think
Oh
it's
no,
me.
it's us!
I think it's me.
Oh! I like this ride. You don't get wet.
I don't know about that one, mate.
Oh, it's supposed to be.
June Joust is a little bittersweet. Obviously, it's nice to make the playoff stage for the tournament, but with the way we started, I think we started almost above expectations by going 6-0, dominant, clean. It honestly leaves a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth the way we went out with 3 straight losses.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was feeling good after the 2-0 start. We were like, this is the tournament where we can go to Hawaii. So I think it was disappointing, but also good to know that we can be at that level, like especially when we were at that 2-0 start, and everyone's like firing and full energy. We're really going for it. We can be a top team, but it's still pretty disappointing at the end.
I mean, it's like pretty sad and like nobody's happy about the result, but I'm pretty sure we learned something from this like 3 losses. I hope that helps us on the next tournament and we can like able to go even further.
The performance wasn't that bad. I think we should aim for higher, And we should be able with our roster to compete against the best teams, which is we haven't been able to do. And again, if we can qualify for the playoff at the end of the year and we can do well in the playoff, that's what matters eventually. The rest of it is just building up to this moment.
다들 플레이오프에서 떨어져가지고 좀 더 마음속에 동기부여가 되지 않았나 생각하고 그렇게 됐으면 좋겠네요. 결국 목표는 이제 다 같이 우승이라 항상 생각하니까 우승이라 생각하니까.
Oh no!